Well, sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate with your dowsing plans. And we've had a few mega thunderstorms in this region over the last few days. This one was really fun. Anyway, the day after, I did manage to go out dowsing, and this is what I found. So today, Sunday, I'm in Kromeježić and I'm filling in some gaps on the Templar line and some of the other lines that pass through the city. Just spend the day moving around town, checking out different areas, and I'm just tracking the Templar line coming into town and adding a bit more detail. And I found the Murkosh negative line on the Templar here, passing through this area here, and I just wanted to point it out because it shows you how the lines have affinities for certain things. Here we go. So the funny thing is that you often find schools in female lines, and here in the white building is the school in the Murkosh line, and behind me is a chapel. Now you often find chapels in female lines as well, but perhaps unusually this chapel is dedicated to a male saint, Saint Florian, and that is surprising. Usually you find that chapels and churches in female lines are dedicated to female saints, with just one or two exceptions. Perhaps it's because just a few meters further down the street there's another female type 4 line, and there is a zone in between, a narrow zone of interference, which we'll talk about now. Of course, just a few meters away was the male Perron line, and surprise, surprise, there is the World War I and II memorial, which is exactly the kind of thing you'd expect in a male line. Just a little further down the street, I found the positive line paralleling the Templar line, so not the Templar line, but the parallel line, and look, there's a cross in the base of this whole old building. And when we get closer up, we can actually read some of the details on the cross, though I can't make it out because it's in Czech. But that's interesting that there would be a cross in the line. So I've had to spend quite a while in this part of the town on the outskirts of Kromeježić because as I'm mapping the Templar line, another line, a major line, is coming very, very close to it. In fact, at one point the two female lines are about a meter apart as far as I can figure out. Now, this proximity of these two lines lasts for several hundred meters, and I've noticed yet again that when I'm stood between the two lines in that 1 or 2 meters, and I can hear this very uncomfortable high-pitched frequency, buzz, and it's actually given me a headache. It's not very pleasant. I've experienced this also a few weeks ago in I can't remember the name of the place now. Where was I? Vyshkov, where the gentleman told me he heard these high frequency sounds, and I went and investigated and found that two lines came very close together. And Eva and I experienced this a couple of weekends back as well. So I'm beginning to think that when you get two lines coming together really close together, and as they come into towns and maybe node, they do come close together, you do seem to get this frequency, this I guess it's like a disruptive sort of frequency. And I've also noticed today that the houses that are in that zone, well, they have some very strange stuff in the gardens. Let's put it that way. I'm going to show you right now one of those. I don't know if you can hear the high-pitched frequency sound, but what on earth is this? So here we are, in between two lines where there seems to be some interference, very high frequency, painful sound, and what we find but all these skulls and bones, and at another house about half a kilometre away, lots of sticks and stones laid out just the same way. It's bizarre. What is going on here? Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. It helps greatly and I will be eternally grateful. Hopefully I'll be getting out again this weekend, and hopefully I'll have more for you shortly. Thanks a lot. Bye.